Core fam, I'm really glad you're here. If you care about idols and what they go through behind the scenes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts, because this story about Nichkhun Buck Horvejkul honestly gave me chills. So I want you to imagine this for a second. You're just living your life, maybe it's late at night, everything is quiet, and you decide to go for a simple walk near your home. Nothing dramatic, nothing unusual, just a normal moment to breathe after a long day. But then, slowly, something starts to feel off. You notice someone behind you. At first, you brush it off. Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe they're just walking in the same direction. But minutes pass, and they're still there. That's exactly how this terrifying situation began for Nichkhun Buck Horvejkul from 2 p.m. And the more I think about it, the more unsettling it becomes. Because this wasn't just a random encounter, it turned into something much more serious, something that lasted for 30 minutes and escalated in a way no one should ever have to experience. According to what Nichkhun shared, this woman, who claimed to be his fan, started following him during what should have been a peaceful walk, and not just quietly following, she was yelling, constantly, right next to him. Imagine someone screaming and cursing at you in a language you may not even fully understand in that moment, just inches from your ear, and not stopping, not backing off, not respecting your space. And this wasn't just for a few seconds or a quick confrontation. This went on for 30 minutes. 30 minutes of fear, confusion, and trying to figure out what to do next. And what really hit me was the fact that he couldn't even go home. Think about that. Your home is supposed to be your safe place, the one place you can always go back to and feel secure. But in that moment, Nichkhun was so concerned that this person might find out where he lived that he had to avoid going home entirely. Instead, he made a decision that shows just how serious the situation had become. He walked straight into a police station for protection. And honestly, that alone tells you everything you need to know about how dangerous this felt. This wasn't just an uncomfortable fan interaction. This was a situation where he genuinely felt unsafe. And even after reaching the police station, it didn't just end there. He was still worried, still thinking about the possibility that the person could be waiting nearby, that the situation wasn't over. So much so that he had to be escorted home in a police car. And I don't know about you, but hearing that really puts things into perspective, because we often see idols on stage, smiling, performing, living what looks like a dream life. But moments like this remind us that there's a completely different side to it, one that fans don't always see. And then, just when you think the situation couldn't get any worse, Nichkhun revealed something even more serious. He said that during this encounter, the person actually physically assaulted him. And that's the moment where this crosses every possible line, because this is no longer just about invasion of privacy. This is a criminal act. And the way he responded afterward showed just how seriously he's taking it. He didn't stay silent. He didn't brush it off. He went public and posted a direct warning, saying that he knows what the person looks like and even knows where they go to school in Korea. And that statement alone carried a very clear message. This is not something that will be ignored. He also made something very important clear. If you don't respect an idol's privacy, you're not a fan. And honestly, that's something I think every K-pop fan needs to hear. Because there's a line between support and obsession, and once that line is crossed, it stops being fandom and starts becoming something dangerous. As this story started spreading, I noticed how quickly fans reacted, and for good reason, because this isn't just about one incident. It's part of a bigger conversation about how idols are treated outside of the stage, outside of the cameras, in their real everyday lives. And what makes this situation even more serious is that this isn't the first time something like this has happened to Nichkhun. He revealed that he has previously had to deal with a restraining order against an alleged fan. So this isn't just a one-time situation, it's part of a pattern that many idols unfortunately experience. And I think that's what makes this story hit even harder, because it shows that even after taking legal action before, even after setting boundaries, these situations can still happen again. And this time, it's clear that things have escalated to a point where stronger action is needed. His agency, JYP Entertainment, also stepped in and released a statement confirming that they are gathering evidence and preparing a firm legal response. And they didn't hold back in how they described the situation. They called it a clear criminal act that threatened both his mental and physical safety. And I think that wording is important because it shifts the conversation from fan behavior to what it really is: criminal behavior. And honestly, as a K-pop fan, hearing stories like this makes me reflect on the culture around idols. Because while most fans are supportive, respectful, and genuinely care about the artists, there's always that small percentage that crosses the line. And unfortunately, those are the situations that can have the biggest impact, because they affect not just the idol involved, but the entire environment around them. They create fear, tension, and sometimes even change how idols interact with fans as a whole. And that's something I think a lot of people don't realize. When boundaries are crossed like this, it doesn't just affect one moment. It can affect future interactions, future events, and the overall relationship between idols and their fans. And as I was thinking about this, I kept coming back to one simple idea: respect. Being a fan should come from a place of respect, not control. It should be about supporting someone's work, not invading their personal life. And I think Nichkhun's message really captured that perfectly when he said that if you don't respect his privacy, you're not a fan. Because at the end of the day, idols are still people. They deserve to feel safe. They deserve to walk outside without fear. They deserve to have a life beyond their career. And moments like this remind us just how important it is to protect that. So while this story is definitely shocking and unsettling, it's also an important reminder for all of us as fans to support responsibly, to respect boundaries, and to make sure that the culture we create around K-pop is one that keeps both fans and idols safe. If you made it this far, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you think about this situation, because I really want to hear your perspective as a fan.